Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle, and today I'm going to be sharing some gluten-free snacks that I've really been enjoying lately. So if you're new here, my 6-year-old daughter does have celiac disease. She was diagnosed when she was 3. So we are a gluten-free family of 5, and that is for medical reasons. So I do share these videos on here to let people know what snacks we find and really enjoy, to give you ideas. And if there's gluten-free snack items you really like, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always on the lookout for more options for my family. So I have from a couple different stores. So my local grocery store, this is what I got. So not only are we gluten-free, but my son and I are dairy-free. We have a dairy intolerance. It is not an allergy. It just our bodies don't like dairy. So I saw this. It's so delicious, dairy-free Wonder Milk dairy-free frozen dessert. So I'm pretty familiar with the So Delicious brand. We use it a lot for ice cream. That's our go-to for dairy-free yogurt for my son and I. And it is also gluten-free, and that's important because sometimes when, I make milkshakes for the kids or anything like that, I want to make sure I'm not cross-contaminating my blender. So I do make sure our ice cream is gluten-free, whether it be dairy-free or not. So I saw this and I tried it, and it's actually really, really good. So a lot of dairy-free desserts tend to be not creamy. They lack that creamy texture just because, there's no fat. Very little fat in them. But I found this is delicious. It's creamy, I really do. It comes in a variety of flavors, chocolate, cookies, all the, normal stuff. So I really do like the Wonder Milk brand, and it definitely has a lot creamier texture and tastes more like traditional ice cream than a lot of the brands I have tried. So not only gluten-free, but dairy-free as well. Although I would really like to know why they put dairy-free ice cream in such small containers. Like normal size ice cream, that's what I need. This is like 3 servings. I could eat this myself. I wish they made dairy-free in larger containers. So the next one is, I ordered this offline because I couldn't find it anywhere. So Enjoy Life is a brand we use quite often in our house because it's free of a lot of common allergies, including gluten and dairy. So I usually get chocolate chips, baking things like that, Halloween candy, but I saw that they had mini white chocolate chips. I used to love white chocolate. My favorite was the Hershey's white chocolate bars. And again, because my body doesn't do well with dairy, I haven't had white chocolate in a really long time, so I got these. And I will say, it doesn't taste like traditional white chocolate. It tastes almost like icing to me, like a buttercream icing. Which I'm not complaining. It's like literally, eating at the top of a cupcake when you eat it, and that's delicious. I wouldn't say it tastes necessarily like white chocolate, just more an icing frosting taste, which is still really good, and I'm glad that I got them. And of course, I'll get them again. But we like to use them for cookies, pancakes, or just eating. So I picked the next one up at Target, and this is the Made Good Star Puffed Crackers. So they are free of all these things here, and I have to say, they are the most similar to traditional Goldfish that I have been able to find. Now we've tried a lot of gluten-free cheese type crackers and things like that, and none of them have compared to this. All of my kids like it, and what's nice, because it's free of all those allergens, it's vegan. All my kids can eat it because it's dairy-free, gluten-free, and it really does taste very similar to Goldfish crackers. And I feel like that's a staple for most kids, and often when we go places where there's kids, there's Goldfish available, and that's something my 6-year-old has definitely missed out on, and something she misses eating. So I'm glad I found this, and again, they're very allergy-friendly, so I highly suggest trying their Star Puffed Crackers. The next one I don't have because we actually ate it. I will insert a picture because I remembered to take a picture before we ate it. But I found this at my local grocery store in the freezer section because a lot of gluten-free breads are in the freezer section. And it is kind of like a sub roll. And that is something my 10-year-old has really been missing, is she really enjoys Subway. And occasionally she does go with her dad to have Subway. But she wanted me to try to recreate the sub rolls at home. And it's really hard to get that kind of texture with gluten-free baked goods, breads and things like that. So I was really excited to find this. It comes in a 2-pack, and they're like sub rolls, so sometimes we'll use them for like a side with a roast with butter. Sometimes we'll do like meatball subs or a sub sandwich, but it's really great. You don't have to cook it, you just thaw it at room temperature. It can stay in the freezer. I usually get a bunch at a time and just stick them in the freezer and just pull them out when I need a quick bread side, or if we're doing sub sandwiches or we want something else for lunch. That has worked really good, and the texture is really good, I have to say. And they do come in different flavors. Like the one we recently tried was the, I believe, Parmesan Rosemary, so it was very similar to what you would see in like a sub restaurant. The last bit I'm going to show you is all from Aldi. So this is something I've really been enjoying. My kids not so much. They're pretty bland when it comes to food, but Aldi has Live-G free line, so Aldi has a lot of gluten-free options, which is great. This is one I've been trying recently. It's their egg rolls. They have a chicken one and then I believe just a vegetable one. And there's certified gluten-free, and there's 3 in there. So whenever we have Chinese food, which again, Aldi sells the general or orange chicken, whatever the version of that is. They also sell things like pad thai, noodles. So we will usually combine all those things to have Chinese food, because again, where I live, there aren't a lot of food options, like restaurant options, and there are definitely no safe Chinese food restaurants around us that we can go to. So when we have Chinese food, we have to do it at home. And I have to say, my husband and I really enjoy these egg rolls, and they do come out crispy. And they are free of other things as well. The next is, we recently tried a pack of the Aldi chips. They're the Clancy brand. Again, we got the big variety pack. This is the lone remaining chip that is left. So it has cheddar, it has salt and vinegar, it has the regular like Lay's potato chips, and a couple others. I'll put a picture up here of the whole variety. It's an 18 pack for $7, and what's amazing is every single flavor is gluten-free. And why does that matter? A lot of the mixed variety packs of chips, so like the Lay's or the Doritos, not all of them will be gluten-free, and that can be difficult because then I have to pull out the chips my 6-year-old can't have, so I can't just throw them in the pantry for the kids to pick out. I have to be selective, and then I kind of feel like I'm wasting my money buying a pack of chips, a variety pack of chips that we can't use all of them. So I really appreciate that. One, it's a decent price for $18, and that everyone can have it, and I don't have to worry about taking select chips out, that they're all gluten-free, and they do taste very similar. The plain potato chip tastes exactly like Lay's. So I really enjoyed the variety pack of those, and I actually keep one of them in the van in case we go somewhere, especially during summer when there's cookouts and things like that, that we have on hand something I know my 6-year-old can have, because she really does enjoy chips, and we don't eat chips a ton in our house, so it's definitely nice to have them on hand when we need them. The last item is the cheesecake. So again, this is not dairy-free, so my son and I don't partake in this, but I really like that it's a sampler pack. So you have New York style strawberry swirl, chocolate chip, lemon swirl. And it's Beyond Celiac certified, which is one of the highest certifications for gluten-free you can have, and it's really good. Finding dessert items, especially things like cheesecake, because of the crust, can be really difficult to find gluten-free. So what I do is when Aldi has these out, because they tend to not have them year-round by me, they put them out a couple times a year, I will buy 2 or 3 and I'll put them in the freezer and use them for more special occasions. So for example, we brought this out for Father's Day because my husband loves cheesecake, but again, we don't have bakeries or anything like that around us where I can go get a gluten-free cheesecake. Not to mention, I don't want to think about the price they would charge for a gluten-free cheesecake. And so restaurants are out, bakeries are out, so it is really good from what my husband and the rest of my family says. I personally have not tried it, but this is a good example to have in your freezer when company comes over or you need a quick dessert, to pull it out and it's there. And it, of course, because it's the Live-G free, it's gluten-free, soy-free, wheat-free, but it does have dairy in it. So those are the items we've recently come across that we've enjoyed. So like I said, if there's any items you have come across that you really like that are gluten-free, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any questions about the items I showed you, let me know down below. If not, thank you for watching.